It's Thursday, September 23rd. It's I want to say 4:04 p.m. We're here at the 4:03. I clicked on my phone. We're here at the Oroville Police Department, and earlier, hopefully we'll get some people in here, but earlier today, I was unlawfully arrested by Sergeant Sanzone of the Oroville Police Department for exercising my right to record them as they tried to arrest a gentleman who was appeared to be under the influence of either meth or heroin at the time. It caused quite a disturbance at a 7-Eleven, and when I arrived on the scene, they were actually in the middle of the chasing him, running around and doing things, trying to go get after him. See, I already got a comment on here. So I already got a comment. It says, whoops. Come on. As they would says, oh, I forget his name, but he got arrested. He was notorious for doing that with the flag. But yeah, they were gonna tase and beat this man, it looked like. And I just swooped up, parked, jumped out with a camera, got up there on scene, Tom Zebra style, if you will, and of course, try reconnecting. You've been T-rolled. I got a notification that's selected that's kind of screwed up, but I reconnected, so it should be working good. So tell them to refresh. Anybody refresh if they're still having problems. But yeah, so basically I told the sergeant, who is I've been told is a notorious sergeant. I told him, don't, he was giving me this, oh, you gotta back up, you gotta back up. I told him, don't give me that fucking shit. I don't want to hear it, and then here we are. All right.
What can I do for you?
I'd like my camera back.
So your camera is basically being taken as evidence at this point.
You know that's unlawful, right?
Okay. Your camera is in the possession of the police as evidence in your matter.
Okay, do you have a warrant for that?
When your matter is concluded,
You need a warrant for that. You know you're violating and deprivating rights. All right, well then, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and start calling Oroville Police, 530-538-2448, and start asking, why is the cameraman's camera being held illegally without a warrant? California Constitution has already determined that that material on that camera, regardless if they're seizing it for evidence, I have other matters that I've recorded on there that are considered journalistic notes, and they need a warrant to seize that device. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They just came out and said, I will get it back when the matter is concluded. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Start calling. Well, that's not the current public chief. He got fired, actually, for reasons we don't know. But that's, that's Oroville Police Department. Start giving it. Alrighty, I'm hearing the phone ring. Whoever's calling, thank you. Already the phone's ringing. Already I hear the phone ringing. Awesome, thank you guys. Remember, you have a right as a member of the public to seek redress for your grievances. And that grievance is, why are you holding a member of the public's property unlawfully without a warrant? It's just retaliation for speaking about, oh, you want the number again, 420 RU2? It's 530-538-2448. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to be polite and courteous. You don't have to bend over backwards and kiss their ass, but, you don't have to be unnecessarily rude. Just simply ask, why are you detaining the cameraman's camera without a warrant? And if you're not going to a warrant, can you please give it back to him? Or maybe it was at the Les Schwab. All I know is I heard a phone ringing. That got me excited. So, here, let me sit down here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll turn the camera to face me, and we'll go over what exactly happened today unlawfully. And maybe I'll give out, maybe you guys can start seeking redress from, here, let me sit in the sun so you can see me better. So maybe maybe I'll give the city, don't want to get there we go. So what we'll do is maybe I'll give the city attorney's number, and we can ask him some questions, and you guys can all ask him the same question that I asked him earlier, And you know what he told me to do? To come down here and get my camera. So, And I can't really blame him that much because, you know, when I called him, he had no idea that his city's officers that he represents, you know, the city of Oroville, he is the Oroville city attorney, had no idea that they unlawfully arrested the cameraman. So, when I say unlawful, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and tell you what I'm talking about here. Hold this piece of paper so not too much gets exposed. But, here, I'll flip it back around. So what we have right here, ladies and gentlemen, oh, there goes the paper. Ooh. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen, I'm making sure my paper don't blow. So, what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the count. Hey, time to stand. Yeah, you missed the officers coming out and telling me that I can't have my camera back, but, you know, they'll find out that they're going to have to give it back one way or another. But let's go to the point here. The point is that's the charge right there. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the quality of the carbon copy paper, but that's the charge. 148 of the Penal Code, subsection A, subsection 1, and that states that, you know, a person shall not resist or delay, you know, an officer engaged in the dispensement of their official duties, if you will, and Penal Code 148 subsection G specifically states that a person in a place that he or she has the right to be making a recording of an officer cannot be considered a violation of subdivision A. Okay? So the code that he cited me for, there's a code that specifically says that I cannot be charged for that. Yeah, I bet 420 RU2, I bet it's going to the answer machine. But keep trying, you know, leave a message, you know, see if they get back to you and let me know. Hey, and if they do call you, record it and send me their response. But specifically 148G of the Penal Code states that I shouldn't be charged under 148A because what I did was not a crime. The only thing I did, ladies and gentlemen, was hurt the sergeant's ego by telling him I don't want to hear your fucking shit, and I told him no. The words that no cop ever wants to hear are the words no. Because they're the one, yes, on the chief's office number. Thank you. Thank you, 420 RU2. Thank you. So, it really sucks. It really sucks that they're gonna really be so ignorant of the law and push this issue. You know, this could, you know, it'd look a lot better if you just give the camera back. You know, but the fact that now you're gonna hold my camera as evidence on a charge which you know is bogus, because Penal Code states that, you know, I can't be charged for filming, but you charged me with the specific Penal Code that says it cannot be considered a violation of subdivision A. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We're at an unlawful, yeah, and two, the lieutenant that came out, what's his name, Zadi, or I forget his damn name, but yeah, he's another one I've heard quite a bit about. Apparently, he likes to keep his he doesn't like to keep his hands to himself when it comes to, yeah, we should. If you want to, we're gonna go down to the city hall right now, actually. So what I'll do is, you guys will come with me. It's only literally down the street. We're just gonna hop in the vehicle and we're gonna drive down the street to City Hall. That's where my next stop is, actually, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to start the live stream here at the police department and have you see live the blatant corruption that is going on here in Butte County. Live on camera. You had it come out. You saw, ladies and gentlemen, they came out and told me I can have my camera back when the matter is concluded. When the matter is concluded. And my court date isn't until December 10th. So you're going to hold my camera unlawfully for who knows how long until my matter is concluded? Oh, fuck you. You hear that? Fuck you, Sanzone. Oh, can't play any music. We'll get a copyright strike. But really, Sanzone, you're really going to push. This is the Oroville Police Department in Oroville, California. But really, Sanzone, you're really going to push this. You're really going to be a corrupt tyrant that you are. And I called you a tyrant straight to your face, and I'm not a tyrant. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. When you arrest photographers unlawfully and have them taken to jail, you are a tyrant. You remind me of somebody, Deputy Walker of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Same thing. You are impeding my investigation. So, we're going to go down to the City Hall now, ladies and gentlemen. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a public records request. And so I've set my phone so where you can hopefully see me. I'll make this short drive to the police not the police department, but the City Hall to, oh yeah, we already, don't even worry about that. We got somebody already on that. So we're going to make this drive down to City Hall. So if the camera falls and you don't see me, don't worry. It's just like 2 minutes down the road here. Because at this point, now that I've started moving the vehicle, I can't touch it. You know, I have to be hands-free, you know, as the law states. But we'll be there momentarily, and we'll ask, well, maybe if the city manager's there, Mr. Legrone, since he is the acting interim police chief, for the Oroville Police Department since the firing of Joe Deal for unspecified reasons, and the go-to is, well, it was an at-will position, so he could have been fired at any time. Okay, but he's been an employee for over 2 years at this point, so it's not really kind of at will at this point. It's kind of just, you know, you are a member of the force at this point, really. But it seems to me they had, you know, if your position is an at-will, there's probably a reason they want to be able to terminate you at any point. I'm just saying. So we're going to take this left here, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be at the City Hall momentarily. And we're going to make a public records request and, you know, see hopefully, you know, Mr. Legrone is here and he can maybe comment on his officer's unlawful arrest for what they did here today. But yeah. But there's only 2 officers that are the big deal here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is Sergeant Sanzone of the Oroville Police. I mean, you might as well throw Lieutenant Zarate in there now, because since Lieutenant Zarate decided that he was going to tell me with Sergeant Sanzone there that I don't get my property back until this matter is resolved. So I'll just go ahead and throw him in there too, since he's subordinate of this corruption, you know. So he can be in there too. And I will get the name from the public records request because I don't know her name off the top of my head, or if I have it written down. But there's also another officer, a female officer. And get this, ladies and gentlemen, this officer, as she's searching me right and taking me back to the car, you know, I'm already handcuffed at this point, and this officer, she has the audacity to put her hands on me and try and twist my arm, but it's handcuffed behind my back. And I told her straight to her face, you know, don't you dare use unlawful force upon me. Excuse me. And she said, oh, I'm not using unlawful force. I'm not using unlawful force. Well, what do you call trying to twist a handcuffed man's arm, okay? I wasn't resisting. I was walking to the car. You didn't need to try and twist my arm. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into City Hall. I ain't gonna wear a mask or fill out any COVID paperwork. Let's see. Who's the highest ranking ruffian on duty right now?
I don't know, but I can get Jackie.
Yeah, whoever's the highest ranking right now. Gotta give her a break. Won't slam her too much, but you can see me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Also, if you guys can give me a public records request form, I'm going to need that too. Hey, yeah, is either Mr. Legrone in or Scott here?
I'm not sure. I can go see. What's it in regards to?
Well, it's in regards to that I was arrested unlawfully by Sergeant Sanzone. Got out of jail like a couple hours ago. Talked to Scott on the phone, about my camera being taken, which I told them they needed a warrant to do, because regardless if they want to seize the video for the incident that I filmed that they're arresting me for, I have other matters that are recorded on there which are considered unpublished journalistic notes which fall under the California Constitution, and you need to get a warrant to go in there and seize that stuff. They took the camera anyways. I called Scott, like, well, what's the step here to do? He said, well, go down there and get it back. I go down there and try to get it back, and they tell me, oh, well, you'll get it back when the matter's concluded. And that's not the answer to my question. My question is, why are you holding my camera without a warrant? And either, I understand it's kind of late in the afternoon, but, I was in jail for 3 hours and then had to go to court, so.
Let me go see.
So preferably if Bill Mr. Legrone or Mr. Huber are here, because I need some answer to this as to why my property is going to be held at least until December 10th, because that's the first court date.
Okay. Let me go see if Bill's back there.
Right.
And
Because if they want a copy of the video, I'll be more than happy to provide a copy, but they don't need to keep my camera and my SD card with all my other videos on there and my tripod and my light to do that.
okay.
If you can understand that.
Yeah. Let me go see.
So,
What?
thank you. See, and forgive me, I know everybody in the chat there wants me to put her on blast and see her, but Miss Glover, she's really nice here at the City Hall. She's helped me with a lot of issues. I've had no problems with her, so, you can just hear her, not really need to see her. Now, I usually have no problems with the staff inside City Hall. The staff here inside City Hall are very professional. They usually do not screw up or make any sort of misconduct. Usually. Nobody's perfect. Yes, they do have body cams, time to stand, and I will be. That's why I have the public records request right here. That's what I'm going to do right now, is request the report and the body cameras. So. And again, we got 21 people and 14 likes. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking with me as we go through this process. But this is what I want to show you people. This is what happens when you get arrested, be it unlawfully. That's the whole thing. Because 148A specifically specified 148G as to not. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get a 909 number. Right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had a phone call. I didn't know if that was an actual person or not, or a scam call, but no one said anything on the other line, so I hung up. Yes, exactly, everything. 9/23/2021. Sit down, actually. Sit down and this records request. So, forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, for a bit of this angle I'm writing right now on a piece of paper. No, Oroville Police Department don't have dash cams. But surprisingly enough, the officer who took me and the suspect to jail, because I was transported with another gentleman, he actually took his body camera and made it a point to put it on his dash to face us in the back. But during the police chase of Jeremiah Robert Weed, which I don't know when that story will be on here, but basically they chased a gentleman around town saying that allegedly he tried to hit them with his car, and then I go to the preliminary hearing and the sergeant gets on the stand. Yeah, we were chasing him around in a maroon Dodge and he tried to back up into me. And then when his partner gets on the stand, yeah, I was sitting at this corner and he came around the corner and he was driving a red GMC. Well, which is it, a maroon Dodge or a red GMC? And his attorney asked, was there any body cam footage of this or dash cam footage? No. Did any officer at any point think to, he asked it, did anybody think to take that camera and point it, and they said no. Thank you. So, I was very surprised that they actually put it in the car and faced me. watching the police chief come out here in a minute, since he's the city manager / police chief interim until they find a permanent position, but that's been going on for like months now, the city council agenda. Let's see, any and all. And anything I'm missing here, ladies and gentlemen, make sure, feel free to suggest. So, any and all reports, body cam, video, body camera video, any reports, body camera video, pictures, yes, radio traffic, pictures, and all reports, body camera video, pictures, RADI, radio, TRA, FFI, traffic, radio traffic. Well, that arrest statements are covered under reports. CAD, but they do consider the CAD a little bit different. CAD. Emails. TEX. Texts. Of the arrest of the cameraman, and on today's day is 9/23, 9/23/2021, and that is it was, I would say between 10:30 and 11:30. 10:30, and we'll just go 12. We'll probably do noon just to be safe. It took a little bit to get back to the jail. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, everybody's texting me. I texted everybody that I got arrested. Now everybody's hitting me up. Like, yeah, sorry to hear that. How could they do that? I know. So switch it around. If it'll work properly. I don't like. There we go. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I got the request, so go ahead and submit that and see if we get any response. But watch, ladies and gentlemen, they'll probably be like, well, because it's not going. Why is this thing not working? Probably because it's too hot. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm trying to switch the camera button, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not working. Because my thing's too hot. Because that's the problem. This thing likes to get hot and overfreeze, but everybody still hear me, right? Oh, there we go. That was annoying. The problem with this phone, ladies and gentlemen, is it gets hot, it tries to overheat, and then the live stream wants to freeze. So I probably won't be changing the camera angle, other than, physically, manually moving it to look at me. Because that little button that wants to switch between cameras that's causing it to freeze right now. Well, that's what it says right here. It says, appear with the public records request law. non-exempt files or... Shit, but I'll be honestly, time to stand, I'll be surprised if they comply with the request and not just deny it and say, well, because it's an ongoing and active investigation, all this stuff's been, because I've done it for other matters before, and they say, well, because if it's an ongoing matter and it's been forwarded to the DA's office for investigation, so we cannot release anything at this time. So, don't be surprised if that's, just how it turns out to be. So, let's see here, we'll turn in our public records request now. Here, there, or, yeah, just there, easy.
Cameraman, how are you?
Oh, hey, Mr. Groen, how you doing today?
What can I do you for?
Well, basically, you're the current chief still, right?
Yes.
So basically, what happened today is, make a long story short as I can, had an interaction with Sergeant Sanzone. Wasn't too pleasant. He ended up taking me into custody for 148 A subsection 1. And he took my camera as evidence. Now, I explained to him I really want to hear it from what I gathered that, if they want a copy of the incident that they arrested me for today as evidence, I have no problem providing that. But the issue I have is that when he seized my camera as evidence, not only is he seizing the incident that was recorded, which he was arresting me for, I have other matters that are also recorded on there that, from my understanding, in accordance with the California Constitution, are considered unpublished journalistic notes. And to seize those things, they require a warrant to do so. And he's telling me, and the same thing from Lieutenant Cerati, that I'll get the camera back when the matter is over. And with all due respect, with the way, and I've seen it firsthand, going to court on a week at the Butte County Courthouse could be years from now. Because just because I have a court date of December 10th doesn't mean it's going to get resolved on December 10th. I could just get called, and then there'll be a continuance, then a continuance, and be like Mr. Boutros' matters, where we'll actually resolve it almost 3 years after the actual incident happened. And I don't want that.
Right.
Because, of course I can go buy a new camera, but why should I go spend $250 to buy another handy camera? If anything, SD card or just a copy of the footage. But my thing is why is the camera being held without a warrant to do so for the rest of the footage?
A warrant is not necessary. It's considered evidence. It contains evidentiary information on it. A warrant will be written for the camera.
Okay.
And then the information will be downloaded and the camera will be returned
Okay.
at that time.
And will I be provided a copy of that warrant?
Oh, yeah. You
Okay.
get a copy of it.
Okay.
Probably not before we do it, but when you get your camera, you
Right.
get a copy of it. Give us permission to go into the camera to get that piece of information.
Right. And how long is that potentially going to take?
Honestly, cameraman.
I know you can't give me a good tomorrow it'll be done, but
Right, no, to
I'm
be honest with you, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Because it's just a matter of manpower, getting the time to get it written, get it to the court. Obtain the warrant, and then downloading it.
Okay.
So that's probably worst case scenario what I'm telling you, but
Okay.
I don't want to tell you.
Right. That's perfectly reasonable. I don't want you to give me some time frame and
That's
then that not happen, and
right,
then
it's
you
not
come back and be
realistic.
like, you told me this,
Sure.
and it didn't happen. But realistically, it could take 4 to 6 weeks.
Right, and I'll ask them to try to do it sooner than later, because I know you need your.
Right, exactly. And I just want to make sure everything here is being followed properly.
Right.
I understand you guys got your procedure and rules that you got to follow, but all I have to do is just click and drag it from my SD card, put it in a Google Drive, and send it to you, and you have it all you want.
Well, it's never.
But I know you guys got to have where
it's never-
somebody did it and they swear that they did it and writ it out that they did it on this time and this date. And
If you think about it in the long term.
The chain of custody.
If you have somebody that you allege to commit a crime and they are the person that would not allow that person.
right. Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah, I get the whole,
I'm
the
not
whole.
saying you did or didn't.
Right, yeah, it's the whole principle, you can't let the criminal give you the evidence to prosecute the case, even though that's kind of what a criminal does by, giving up their, it's like, if you allow them to search and then you find the baggie of drugs, don't complain that, because he was asking. If that's the thing I've heard. If they're asking, they don't usually have a reason to just go and do it. Because, that's what a warrant is. If the police had a reason to come in your house, they wouldn't knock on the door. They just kick the door in and, now they're supposed to say police before because certain things happen.
You have to give
But,
knock and notice.
yeah.
I mean, so that's.
So, but that's pretty much where we're at now. And,
Let me get a hold of them.
Right.
Now what I'll do is I'll just call them.
Yeah,
And I'll
because-
let them know, hey, try to move this one as close to the front burner as we can.
Right.
To get that back.
Right.
Then later.
yeah, and just, I guess my only other question is that, is the camera going to remain permanently at the police department, or do they have to take it over to the DA's office and then they bring it back? I'm just wondering how that's...
The camera will remain there. Once the warrant is written, the camera and the warrant will go to, I believe it's the sheriff's department. Department will use the dongle there to download what they need, and then it will be brought back here and it'll be released to you here at the Oroville Police Department.
All right.
We'll get a hold of you as soon as that's done. I'll have them call you and say, hey, it's available for pickup. That way you can come grab it.
Right. Alrighty, I guess really that's about all we can do. It's unfortunate that this the situation it is. I know we don't always see eye to eye on issues.
We have.
We have. I know some people, may disagree with what I have to talk about and things, but that's, some things, we all have a First Amendment right. It's like, how do I put this? It's like, I want this to, I want Sergeant Sanzone to be a better person, a better experience from this. I want this behavior to change. I don't want someone, granted, I probably was a little abrasive with my words, and looking back on that, maybe I shouldn't have used the words that I did. But again, words are words, and we all got to keep our temperatures in check and not let that get the best of us. And so I can understand he probably was annoyed. He probably was a little bit mad, but like I tried to tell him, I can be here standing. I don't know, maybe you'll probably end up seeing the video if it's going to be passed around, but...
I hadn't even heard that had happened yet.
Well, hell,
Until you came in and...
Yeah. But it's like I told him, you already have him restrained. How can I be interfering? I thought interfering was physical, but I don't want you to give a comment on that because, that's get into what the court is for.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Yeah, exactly.
All
exactly.
right,
But
cameraman.
I appreciate your time and getting this clarified,
I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Definitely enjoy the weekend.
You have salmon festival?
Yeah, definitely. You will see me there. I'll try. I want to try and get there before it gets too hot. Here it is. Yeah, fall, and it's already the temperature it is. It's supposed to be getting colder, not warmer.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Start to cool off. Today is Thursday.
So yeah. So. All right. I appreciate the cordialness, and we'll be seeing each other around. So, thank you.
Cameraman, have a good one.
You too. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't like necessarily per se. Yeah. Never admit to wrongdoing. Exactly. That's just standard practice. I'm not real too happy with the response I got, ladies and gentlemen, but, dang it, the camera froze. It's still frozen. Well, my batteries, this phone is really hot, ladies and gentlemen. The battery's running low, so we'll probably end it here shortly. But I do want to close out, thank you guys for tuning in, everybody, especially everybody tuning in, seeking their redress to government officials for grievances. I'm kind of disappointed that, we couldn't have just... Well, the chief knows well aware of 148G. This is the whole thing is, that's the thing is, all the officers know, but all the higher-ups have, that I've spoken to today. I've spoken to the city attorney. I've just now spoken to the city manager / police chief, and he's not even aware, of what's going on, So maybe they're trying to keep it internal, per se, before it even gets to the boss. So I may be a step ahead of everybody for all I know. But, that really sucks, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just going to have to wait for them to get a warrant and return it and do all of this, and I'll have an update for that when that comes, but, for right now, I'm kind of out of commission with one camera. I got a couple other cameras, but that was my primary video camera, and, And I can take pictures with the whatchamacallit, the picture camera, but the video isn't as good. The audio, I should say. So, yeah, here, keep talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, for a little bit. Yeah, that sucks. I love my picture camera. It takes really good pictures. The Coolpix L340, it takes really good pictures. Just the video, the audio, it's like unless you're up on the microphone, you can't hear that great. I mean, the Sony video camera, that gets good range with the microphone, you know, and it has its moments, you know, with wind noise and things. But overall, for audio, it's excellent. So it just kind of sucks that, you know, it is what it is. You know, the police department is, you know, being, you know, it is the way they're being. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the guys inside City Hall there, they've been real respectful to me. And, you know, that's another thing that I try to remember, too, is that the guy who is at the counter at City Hall, you can't always dump all your problems on him, okay? He's not the guy that arrested me, you know, if you will. I mean, granted, he may be the boss of the guy who arrested me, but hell, can you really blame the guy sometimes when the boss doesn't even know his employees are, you know? So that brings up another question, ladies and gentlemen. What are the cops doing behind, you know, the city management's back that not even they know about? Because, I mean, I'm not going to mention a certain somebody on here, but when I was arrested in the back of the car, okay, there was a certain individual and maybe another certain individual that were there when my name was called out over the scanner. So if he knew about it, that makes me wonder, do they really know about it or not? But, you know, if you're stuck in an office all day, you know, who's to say? But it's like, man, oh man, oh man. This, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have opened up a shitstorm here in Oroville. You know, and I'm seeing a lot of more auditors from Southern California start making their way up to Northern California, and I tell you, we need it. I'm pretty much the only one in my county, other than someone whenever they decide to record something with their cell phone, that actively makes an effort to record the police in this county. We really need it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you live here in Butte County, and you're watching this, record the police, record the sheriffs, record Chico Police, record Oroville Police, record Gridley, record Biggs, record them all. No matter if it's the school board, the water commission, all the way up to your city council, county board of supervisors, and your local CHP division. Everybody in this county needs to be monitored, okay? Everybody, I know I'm getting a bit off topic of my subject and going to other things, but this is serious, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know how many people have come to me with their horror stories saying, cameraman, I need your help. This is what the sheriff, this is what the police, this is what the highway patrol, you know, this is what they're doing. Somebody do something about it and help us, you know, and you know, no one, and the problem is a lot of these people that are affected really see that's going on are the outsiders, but the real people that have any pull, if you will, in the county are these long-term residents that have been here for 40 years that are part of the good old boy system. You know, it's really, and I've had these conversations, people, it's really hard to convince an older woman and older men that have lived in this county for 40-some years that their district attorney, who's been in office for over 30 years, is the most corrupt district attorney in the state of California. And they don't want to believe that because the one good thing he does, he milks the living hell out of to think that that he can do no wrong. Meanwhile, all of this is going on. Just go to court. Literally, go to the Butte County Court. You will see defendants have their rights violated. I've literally seen judges and attorneys tell their clients to shut up in open court. You know, I've even been kicked out of court. I had a fucking public defender refer me to his inmate that he's representing that, oh, that guy's gonna butcher the case. He's fucking crazy. So, if that's the attitude towards, you know, doing the right thing in Butte County, that it's fucking crazy, well, ladies and gentlemen, I must be insane. And with that, I think I'm going to end it because my battery's at 5%. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope to have an update soon about the status of this camera and getting it back. And as soon as I can, I want to post this video for you to see the blatant violation of 148 subsection G. You know, and it takes some time. And thank you for those who use their right to seek redress for government. Keep up at it. The phone number is in the title of this video, and I'll update the description later. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. You know, we got to stop corruption, and you know, of law enforcement in this country. It's what's killing this country. And I know that there are enforcement officers out there, and in this county too, believe it or not, there's some good people in this county. They're tired of being suppressed and having to do the bidding of evildoers. Granted, they shouldn't be complicit in that behavior, but when you're indoctrinated into a gang, if you will, and you don't follow the gang rules, you know, the gang enforces its rules upon its own members as well as the ones it taxes. So, you know, it's career suicide. Okay, I'm well aware of career suicide, and I know these people want some change in this county, so they don't have to fear career suicide if they do the right thing. But you know, I believe that I've been sent to this county to clean up corruption, and I think that's what my purpose right here now is to do, is get a spotlight on this county. You know, down there almost in Orange County for 6 years, and all these auditors you got down there, they're pretty covered. Granted, I've seen that Anaheim PD, Anaheim Police, you guys are acting up again. I watch the channels, I see SGV, I see all of these guys that go down all over Southern California. May not support all of them, may not be subscribed to all of them, but I keep my eyes and ears open. I see you, Anaheim PD, I see you acting